To understand this text that I read before and to internalize some concepts and at the same time to figure out some kind of solution, I'm gonna give some hypotheticals here, but at the same time I would like for you to try to think them over in a way that needs to be really responsible, but at the same time um, really introspectively, because this is about your information too. So this is just hypotheticals, but I'm gonna throw them out so it's easier for us to move forward. So imagine that a country like Portugal, for example, people are discontent with the fact that Facebook owns their private information. So the people in there could have created a movement about private information and how information should be privatized, and in this case it's getting it back to the individual power, and by requesting this to a government, the government can activate itself to demand to Facebook for that information in the name of their people. And by doing so, this creates two backlashes. The first one is if a full country decides to ask for all the information of their citizens to Facebook, Facebook will decrease in value automatically. And this is a stock value, financial value. So this means that Facebook would go down on the stock market, and this automatically creates also an opportunity of investment. So if the people on that country invest that the stock of Facebook was going down, it's a bet that you could win if the country went on that kind of position. Secondly, because there is such an amount of information that is almost inconceivable by any individual, the possibilities of that information could be used by the individual to exponentiate and improve its own skills and capabilities. It's remarkable because it's a tool that already gathered the information, and once we are in the possession of it, we can define the patterns in which way we want, and in a way create the things that are most suitable to us. So the second backlash, it regards the operation. So once a government does this invariably can create a waterfall of a domino of other countries that can pursue the same interest of getting the information towards the people. At the same time, this will generate a wave in the corporations to somehow be a little bit more afraid of the consequences of what they are doing, and rethink socially and a little bit more humanly what they are doing. And thirdly, there is a thing that it's necessary here for all of this to work, which is there is a need for people to understand how they can use that information and how they can potentiate it. So there's a necessity to create a tool that can harvest all of that information, or at least can well, not harvest because it was already harvested, but to add that information and understand what is public and what is not. And once there is a consensual thing about what is private and what is public, we can start to develop structures that are more socially founded. So we can manage to create tools that are more towards individual governance and all of the things that surround each one of us. So that is it. Yeah. So for a while I thought it was important to bring down Facebook, but I don't think it would like this anymore. I do think if there is the interest, there is a way to um, capitalize on that. We can be smart on over that, so we can use what we are doing to improve, in fact, ourselves and humanity.